Hello, um, welcome to Lesson 5. This lesson will be a little bit different. It will be somewhat of a hodgepodge, or combination of several different topics. The first being the continuation of our discussion about appropriate identification, screening, and assessment of older adults. That conversation continues at our tip, Treatment Improvement Protocol, online reading. If you haven't been able to tell by now, that's a major issue in screening and assessment in working with older adults, and maybe the biggest issue that we have right now in the field. How do we appropriately identify impacted individuals? We'll also be spending some time just talking about addiction in general. That's one of the reasons if you remember the email I sent out a couple of weeks ago asking about your prior experiences, educational experiences with addiction, and if you had taken SAB 130, that's the primary course at the school at Forsyth Tech that introduces the concept of addiction and the complexities thereof. And most of us have not taken that course. I think I only identified one person that had. So what I wanted to do was just provide a really quick overview of this concept of addiction. The overview does not give justice to this very complicated and strange human affliction, but we would be remiss if we did not stop and at least have some discussion. And finally, from our primary textbook, from the Aging and Addiction book, we'll be reading about how family members, after a problem has been identified, or how family members can help the impacted individual who is having trouble, maybe acknowledge and sometimes question and sometimes encourage, and how to be united as a family when we start talking about these issues that our older adults may be having. So again, this lesson seems a little bit like a puzzle. We're trying to close up several factors in terms of the assessment piece, spend some time doing some prerequisite knowledge about addiction in general, and on the other end, how families can help the impacted individual. So we have lots of videos to watch, a slideshow presentation I created for another class that is narrated. Even though I created the presentation is short for a corresponding class, I think it may benefit us to look at it in this class because the topic is addiction and the consequences of addiction and relapse and that type of thing. Then the family dynamic. So again, I hope we're having fun. We're almost to the halfway point. Our midterm exam is coming up next. So let's take care of this lesson and we'll be ready for the next steps. Take care. Bye-bye.